Welcome to Yio Chu Kang Stadium for the HSBC's Afro-Asian Rugby 7 Series. This Asian Series is the fourth and the last for this year.
Well, welcome back to the Yio Chu Kang Stadium in Singapore. You're watching HSBC Asian 7 Series Rugby, and it's a very warm welcome to you, the viewer, and Japan, our final team to make an appearance in the tournament. They will take on this Chinese Taipei team who beat Thailand earlier today in a little upset.
Well, Mike, I suppose with Japan being the last team on the day one here at Singapore, it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to the conditions, because it's been probably a bit of a slow start for most teams that have played already this afternoon. So I know that Japan are 1 point ahead of Hong Kong and up for the running for the title, but I'm sure they want to stand their mark straight away. But Chinese Taipei definitely played well in the last game to take that victory against Thailand, so I think they've got a point to prove as well. Here we go, kick off, and it's gone 30 metres out and touch, putting the defensive line out on Japan.
It's not the best of starts from Japan. They look like they've started with Jamie Henry in the forwards, which is an unusual move. I think it's the first time we've seen him in the forwards all year, is Tsuruda, one of the new players to the squad. And Henry mishandles the first line out too, so Chinese Taipei with the ball in hand, willing to attack. And the squeeze ball not being able to be relayed back, so Japan with a quick tap, and here's Henry. The jive-footed Jamie Henry goes through and he streaks away. Oh, slows down for support. Who's there? It's Sakai. Captain Fantastic Sakai, who just glides into the corner. An electrifying start from Henry to the tournament for Japan.
Well, he's either been a good team man, that one there, but a great break by Jamie Henry there, and just maybe didn't have the speed to get all the way to the far corner and pass it back inside to his captain. So great effort, but it's surprised to see Henry in the forwards there, Mike.
Yes, and certainly didn't look completely at home as he flew up in the air to catch that line out. Sakai with the try and now the conversion attempt. He missed the first leg in Malaysia, but quickly became one of their chief point scorers. Now his total is 73 in 3 tournaments. And of course matched that with Lemeki. There's the main man there, who's on 119 points. And Henry, as soon as he got that ball under control, just hit the gas and away he went. I think he could have outstripped Chen Chi Kung there. Just sucking up to the captain perhaps a little bit there, Jamie Henry. So a little knock on, I think, there from a Japanese hand perhaps, from the kickoff. So Chinese Taipei will get the scrum put in. So they're missing Kuwazuru, who was one of their more important, influential players in the last 2 legs. And they may be a little short in the forwards by the looks of it. We've got Watanabe from Rico out in the wing, one of their new players. And Hashino also, who's come in from top league rugby in Japan. So Sakai is penalised for coming around the corner, ball not out of the ruck. Of course, they've got Takeri, who hasn't started. He's a very effective forward, and Zawa's on the paddock now. It's a pretty good start for Chinese Taipei. Hasn't been all one-way traffic, and it would be great to see them get a clean line-out take here to show what they've got with ball in hand, but it's fallen short, so Japan can't handle as well. Henry again with another knock-on, I think.
Yeah, disappointing. They had Chinese Taipei had the numbers in the line-outs in terms of getting the player up above the opposition, but the throw just wasn't accurate. So, and Japanese didn't clamp down on that opportunity with a knock-on.
Well, this start is a very mirror image of Hong Kong's, isn't it? It's been very ordinary from Japan. The conditions not helping, of course. So again, Chinese Taipei take away through Wong Chi Pin. They get it to Chen Ting Chung, who got a bit of a start, but well chased down, and good work on his feet there from the Japanese defender. That was Watanabe. So turned over. Here's Henry again, who's always willing to go for the line break. This time he's wrapped up by the chunky figure of Chuang Po Yao, who does well to get the ball out. Xie, who was their match winner in the first game, the number 7, who picks the ball up from the bottom of the ruck palm, gets it to Chuang Po Yao. He fancies himself as a bit of a creator with the ball on hand. You can tell Watanabe. There's a penalty for obstruction there, I think, from the chaser. So wouldn't it be great to see Chinese Taipei get a 5-pointer here, although they've let Japan organise themselves here.
Well, yeah, it's bit of razzle-dazzle, I think there might. Maybe the razzle that the Japanese have been razzled a little bit with a bit of pressure. And with that kick going through by the Chinese Taipei, thinking, did they do the correct thing? But a lot of pressure put back on them again. So interesting what options they're going to take from here.
So assistant referee just chipping in, but doesn't stop the penalty being taken. Here's Chung Po Yao, double round from Chen Chi Kang, but blown off the ball there, Chen Chi Kang. Good work over the top from Henry, although he's penalised. Oh, talking. Well, he can't go 10 metres further, he'll be over the dead ball line, so he'll take it from the 5-metre line. You have to be careful though, Henry. I think sometimes the referees mistake the players' frustration for criticism, though. I'm sure Henry was cursing himself more than anything there. Chuang Po Yao gets it to Chen Chi Kang, who tries to get around the outside of Ozawa. Liu makes a meal of the last pass, Liu. But this is good work from Chinese Taipei. They've really grown another leg here in this tournament, haven't they?
Well, I think, yeah, I'm sure as Nathan Major would, he's really emphasised it's just just trying to get the best start of their tournaments, and their best start is their first 7 minutes. And I think they've done quite well. And I think they came off that pitch early on, as I mentioned, against Thailand with a good result, good performance in the second half. They just have to put it to practice consistently. So
yeah, they're bowl champs in India, and that's probably given them a bit of confidence too, beating teams like Kazakhstan and their arch rivals, the People's Republic of China. There's always a bit in that game, that's for sure.
To be honest, Mike, and we would have thought we still waited for the last team to come onto the pitch today, which is Japan. But a lot of teams have struggled to get into the game this weekend so far. So maybe it is these conditions. It's hopefully for a better day tomorrow in terms of the weather-wise. But this is sevens. You got to adapt it, and the only team that actually looked quite comfortable was Sri Lanka.
Well, that's not good news. The star player from the first game, Xie's been just taken off the field. Looks like he might have a rib injury. Xie Pinyi, the number 7, who set up one try and scored the winner himself. So Chinese Taipei will miss his influence for the rest of the game. And again, Chinese Taipei have another chance, and they're screaming to each other to get the ball out. Pan, slippery pass, but well picked up there from Li Chia Wong. He's just got on the field. Don't think we saw him against Thailand, but blown again off the ball. Good strength from the Japanese, and good focus on the breakdown. And a lovely clean pair of heels here too from the Japanese player. It's Ashino from the Cannon Eagles Club, who played the World Cup Sevens in Moscow with the Japanese. We haven't seen him on the series so far, so he dots down for his first try of the series. And well, that was a great sustained period of pressure from Chinese Taipei, just couldn't convert it into points.
Yeah, I could be wrong, Mike, from seeing part of the screen in front of me, but I'm sure there was just a nice given pass to an overlap of Chinese Taipei in the far corner to at least put the momentum in front.
Conversion successful. And that means it's half time in this Pool D game. So a slow burner for Japan. In fact, it's not half time. The drinks are on, and they've been
and look at this great counter ruck there, Mike. They've done it a couple of times, the Japanese, and piled extra numbers into the ruck area.
Good high kick-off. Lameki gets up, slaps it down. Referee says play on. Could have gone forward, but yes, Sakai throws a lovely looping pass to Watanabe. Henry gets over the top of him, and Lameki plays first receiver. Gets it out to Tsuruda. Penalty for offside, so Lameki takes it quickly. Nowhere near the mark, but referee allows him to play on. But it's a forward pass. course, can take the tap anywhere from behind the mark. But the referees earlier on today were quite strict on where they could take the tap.
Difficult to say once again, Mike, but Lemeki sort of just slowed down and just cruised through, and just maybe just a little bit too casual in that sort of that tack from the free kick. Resulted in a forward pass, turnover, scrum down.
This is a tough defensive scrum for Chinese Taipei, though. They'll be under pressure, that's for sure. Pan, who really is a safe pair of hands for them at first receiver. That's a lovely clearing kick from Pan. The best he could do, really, and the half-time whistle blows. So pretty impressive from Chinese Taipei. They've obviously stepped up a notch, and Japan, just not looking as though they've hit their straps yet. And I'm sure they'll be talking it through at half-time. Sagawa, the coach, will reason it out with his team. So here Lemeki, who's really been one of the stars, or the star of the series so far. A real find for Japan. Lamano Lemeki, who used to play for Sunnybank actually in Brisbane, and they had a great game against Dewatalevu last weekend in the SEC Sevens. I think Dewatalevu had won the last two tournaments, but they were shocked by Sunnybank in the quarter-final. That really put a cat amongst the pigeons as far as the competition went, and of course Asia Pacific Dragons taking out the tournament over the Penguins in the final. So we've had a couple of good weekends of sevens rugby in Singapore. We've been very lucky. Very
actually, saying that one, Mike, I think the crowd today has been quite impressive, considering there's been two major tournaments in Singapore from a rugby perspective. So people here in Singapore are not sort of rugbyed out, so they still like to see a little bit of live international rugby.
And this is the first tournament where admission's been charged this year too on the series. So Singaporeans not shy to shell out a bit of cash from their wallet either. So Sakai restarts. Let's see if Japan step it up a bit here in the second half. Well, it's not the most convincing start from Sakai. Hasn't gone 10, so Chinese Taipei will get a free kick. Lemeki, 119 points in 3 tournaments. 23 tries, almost 8 a tournament. It's brilliant effort. Especially when you consider that Japan do rotate their team quite regularly. He certainly hasn't played extended minutes. So a knock on there from Chinese Taipei. I just think the combination of the wet conditions, but the high temperatures and humidities played a bit of a toll on these teams as well, hasn't it? You can see that some of them are struggling a little bit to get to the scrum. And we're only 10 minutes into this match. Sakai. And this is Hoshino. He comes with a great reputation in the Cannon Eagles. Henry gets in there and gets it to Sakai. Here's Azawa, who will carry a lot of work this weekend, I think, with the absence of Kurazuru. Some room down the blind side here for Wang Xiang'an. He tries to get away from Lemeki, but Lemeki, to his credit, gets back easily and drags him down at the 22. Causes him to knock on there. I think Wang, once he got rid of that first defender, thought he might be going all the way to the try line, but he wasn't counting on Lemeki's pace and determination.
If you look back at that first ruck by the Chinese Taipei, here as shown as great cover tackle there by Lemeki, but
And up on his feet.
And up on his feet again. But the Chinese Taipei, they threw in a couple of extra bodies in the ruck as well. Just exactly what the Japanese did in the first half.
And be some discipline meted out here. To Chinese Taipei.
Illegal binding at scrum time. So we haven't seen too many issues at scrum time today so far. So that's probably one of the very few.
There's Wang Chi-pin. And it's Liu Ta-cheng who's lost it forward. It was a good bid to the advantage line, but couldn't make the most of it there, Liu. Tell you what though, to hold the Japanese to 12 points so far has been a real feather in the cap for Chinese Taipei team. You can see some real improvement. They lost to Japan in pool play in India. It was quite a convincing victory to Japan on that occasion. Good system they've got here of clearing the scrum. Sakai standing right behind the scrum, and they get it out wide. Here's Watanabe, who really has got some pace once he gets away. Watanabe from Rico. And away goes, 80-metre run to plant it down and put this game beyond doubt, that's for sure. They've done it tough, Japan. Hasn't been one-way traffic, that's for sure. As Masaki Watanabe sucks in the air.
I think they're probably in the same boat as, I'd probably say they're a bit like Hong Kong, is pretty happy to get this game over and done with and just take the win, I think, Mike.
Sakai converts. Brings his points total to the series to 75. And once Watanabe got around the outside of the cover, he had the pace, that's for sure. Electric stuff from Watanabe. And that's one thing that Japan has missed in this tournament, is the sizzling pace of people like the Sri Lankans. As the rookie comes in from an offside position there, the late replacement, Shu Chie-Swan, who's outstripped here as well by Shokai, and Shokai goes in for the try. So the rookie with a tough welcome there to international rugby. We refer to him as the rookie because that's Chinese Taipei coach's nickname for him. He's just new to the squad, so he likes to give them all a nickname in English so he can refer to them. And Shokai did well there. He was grounded but not held, and his first action was to stretch up and get the ball over the line, so well done to Shokai. New kicker here for Japan. It's Hashino, who shows why he's the backup kicker. No luck there on that occasion. So 24-0, Japan slowly stretching the margin. Next up, we'll see Hong Kong get back on the pitch against Singapore. Good work from Henry in the air, although he's come down nastily on his back. Ugh. Poor first touch there from Sononaka. But Japan managed to struggle forward. That's Harada out there, who's got some pace also. He's a good little player, Harada. We saw him, I think, in the Thailand leg. And once he gets going, there he is, dancing his way around and giving the ball to Henry, who seems to have worked the effects of that knock-off pretty quickly. Good pass to Sononaka. He's got Shokai outside. Shokai just at the 22. Dummies, goes inside. The rookie's beaten again. Harada, who's quick on his feet and just can't get to the try line. The referee, I think, awarding a penalty, is he there? So the Chinese Taipei team go down on the ball carrier. So Henry will just slide on in like a baseball player for his first try of the tournament. Well done to Jamie Henry.
Well, good effort, good defensive effort by Chinese Taipei. No take the try away from Japan, but they just sort of drifted across and made the tackles at the right time and held him out and held him out and held him out. It's just being patient, Japan, and they got that 5-pointer to Henry there underneath the post. So takes that right out to full time. So well done to both teams. Quite an exciting game, I thought. Mike, a bit of a slow start for both.
Yeah, well, Japan slowly worked through, and obviously they've got some new combinations to get together as well, as we see the fast motion effects there of Henry go over for the last try of the game. And a good effort from Japan. They looked a little slow, like a giant waking up, but in the end they got their 31 points to nil.
Well, I suppose we've gone just over halfway of the tournament to